Hey everyone, welcome back. So I hope you guys had a great Monday. It wasn't a great day in the markets today, nor was it a good day for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we'll look at all that information that we have. We'll also take a look at the miners with the stars next to them. Argo, Core Scientific, and Soluna hit their new 52-week lows this time around today. So we'll look at all that. And then also we have some news from Hut 8. No electricity at one of their locations. We'll get into the story on that. That is going to represent about $2 million less in revenue for them for the month of December, a little bit less for the month of November, but we'll look at that. And we also have a couple of stories on BlockFi and Fidelity as well. So we'll look at those really quick, but we'll get into all that as always. So you guys know the drill here. I'm invested in fund coins and companies. This is not financial advice for entertainment only. Do your own research as always. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. Okay, let's take a look at the markets here. So S&P was down today 1.54%. On the day to 3,963. Dow Jones was down 1.45% to 33,849. NASDAQ was down 1.43% to 11,587. Bitcoin was down 0.5. It's still down 0.5. It's got about, actually just changed over a little while ago here to the new day. So it's down even more, but it was down today 0.19% on the day. Let me see if I got this right. Yep. Oh, no, there it is. So we were down 1.3% today, sorry. The low today was 15,992. The high was 16,478, and we closed at 16,206. We are now at 16,123. It is still, yesterday I said it was looking a little bit more bullish on the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart. And we can see here that the RSI is at 35 right now on the 4-hour chart. Last time we were here, we were actually a little bit lower on the RSI. The price was about the same as it is right now. So we may be having a little bit of change here happening right now on the 4-hour chart. The 1-hour chart, we're looking at the RSI is currently at 40. Last time we were around here, price was actually higher at that point. So it is starting to turn a little bit more bearish now on us. And that could be based on the news that we had today come out with BlockFi filing for bankruptcy. That is possibly having an effect on the markets with Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. Okay, Ethereum was down today. Let's see here. Ethereum still has, let's see, go to the daily. Today it was down 2.18% to a close of 1,167, a low of 1,150, and a high of 1,198 on it. And it's looking the same way for Ethereum as well. Okay, let's take a look at the miners here really quick. Argo was down, or sorry, not Argo, Sphere was down 7.87% today to 31 cents. Argo was down 3.68% to 7 cents. Bit Digital was down 4.65% to 86 cents. Bitfarms was down 3.81% to 59 cents. I did buy some more Bitfarms stock today. I bought another 1,000 shares of it at 58.01, I believe I bought it at, or 58 cents 01 is what I bought it at today. CleanSpark was down 5.86% to $2.09. I bought another 500 shares of them as well at $2.09. That was kind of at the bottom here towards the middle afternoon, I think it was when I bought it. But that's when I got into it. So dollar cost averaging as best as I can. We'll wait probably another couple of weeks, see what happens. If we need to dollar cost averages in some more, we'll have to do it, unfortunately. Core Scientific was down 6.61% to 12 cents. DigiHost was down 7.94% to 58 cents. DMG was actually up today a little bit, 0.38% to 15 cents. Greenwich was down 2.9% to 57 cents. Hive was down 5.16% to $2.02. Hut 8 was down 7.5% to $1.11. Iris Energy was down 8.11% to $1.53. Luxfolia was flat on the day at half a penny. Marathon was down 3.86% to $5.98. Mawson was down 11.3% to 35 cents. Riot was down 4.06% to $4.25. Soluna was down 5.86% to 75 cents, and Stronghold was down 5.97% to 76 cents. Marathon also we'll get into maybe a little bit here, maybe not. But Marathon has started to ramp back up their BTC production in the last 24, 48 hours. So that's kind of interesting there as well. So that's a good sign for Marathon because they were kind of behind where they should be. They're still going to be behind, but maybe not as much as we thought. So that's good there. Let's take a look at the network hash rate. Network hash rate on the 1-day average is back up to 249 million hashes, terahashes per second. It was down to 200 million here roughly. And we saw a little spike, and we may come back down. We'll see if this is actually a spike that goes back up. But right now we're seeing lower highs here on the last couple days, weeks here happening, and we're seeing lower lows. So we may see that trend continue on here. If we look at the 7-day average on it, we can see here that we are all the way down to now 237 million on the 7-day average, which is obviously a lot higher or a lot lower than we were at the 273 million just at the beginning of the month. So a huge decline here in the hash rate, which is great for the miners that are still mining. Okay, there's all that. Let's take a look at our stories here. So the first one is crypto firm BlockFi files for bankruptcy as FTX fallout spreads. So we're not going to go too deep into this. Crypto firm BlockFi filed Chapter 11. We know that the latest in a series of crypto bankruptcies following FTX, Voyager, and Celsius. We may see some other contagion happening in this space as well. We'll see if, who else was there? It was possibly on the chopping block as well. I think that was somebody else, but I can't remember right now. But this was kind of foreseen a little bit. We didn't know when this was going to happen, but I think what happened with FTX filing bankruptcy last week or the week before, that this kind of increased or decreased the timeline for which this is going to happen, unfortunately. So a lot of people had coins in BlockFi, well, where they were earning yield. Those people will have to wait a long time, possibly to get their coins back, if at all. So that's not good news there. That's sad part of it here. But I'm hoping that people learn to put their coins off of these types of services, put them in their own hardware wallets, and I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so that's the bad news there. Some good news here. Fidelity begins opening retail Bitcoin trading accounts, so this is good. So Fidelity, one of the world's largest financial services providers, has officially started opening retail Bitcoin trading accounts. So this is good. You have a lot of money invested in, or a lot of people investing through Fidelity. So this is a good development there. So the development comes after their announcement of a wait list previously this month. According to a report by The Block, certain users, presumably those on the wait list, received an email detailing the release, which stated the wait is over. Fidelity has been active in the Bitcoin industry for some time. According to the company website, it began mining Bitcoin in 2014. In addition, it launched a spot Bitcoin ETF in Canada in December of 2021. And let's see here, there was something else. So there's some warnings from senator scrutiny, 401k plans, things like that. But despite these warnings, Fidelity appears to be diving headfirst into Bitcoin, as interest in Bitcoin amongst the traditional finance community continues to grow, which is good. It should be noted that the move comes at a particularly interesting time, given recent developments surrounding the collapse of FTX and the heightened attention being paid to volatility in the industry, which is true. So I think it looks like they're still bullish on Bitcoin, which is great for us, and it opens up the cash from potential other investors that are investing through Fidelity. So this is good news there. Okay. Next, and our final story here is Hut 8 provides update on North Bay facility. So this is not good for them. So Hut 8 today announced that it has requested mediation proceedings to be commended with Valdez Power Corp, a third-party supplier of energy to the company's mining facility in North Bay, Ontario. Now, North Bay, Ontario is one of their facilities that has a little bit over 8,800 ASIC miners. And this is their facility here. Capacity is at 0.84 exahash. I don't know if I can zoom this in for you guys so you guys can see it here. We'll try our best. I can't move it. Okay. So let's zoom this in. And we can see here 0.84 exahash, so 840 petahash. And the fleet consists of current generation microBT Watts miners, the M30S++, M30S+, M30S, and M31S+. So those are the miners that are in there, and that's how I calculated how much they're going to be possibly losing a month while that site is not energized. Okay, so it would have been nice if they would have provided this information instead of having to go hunt it, for us to go hunt it. Let's see here, continuing on here. So on November 9th, 2022, Hut 8 delivered a notice of event of default to Validus in respect to Validus breaches of certain obligations under the terms of the power purchase agreement between Validus and the company. Validus has subsequently suspended delivery of energy to the company's mining operations in North Bay. So I'm guessing that was around November 9th. So they were possibly mining for at least 9 days out of that facility in November. North Bay, and delivered a notice of event of default alleging that Hut 8 failed to make certain payments related to the delivery of energy to the North Bay site, an allegation which the company categorically denies. Hut 8 has therefore notified Validus that it intends to proceed to mediation pursuant to the terms of the PPA. So my thinking on this is what might have happened is Validus sent them a bill that was potentially for higher electrical costs than what the PPA was agreed on between the two companies when they signed it. That has led to Hut 8 possibly not paying that bill. And subsequently, Validus has suspended electricity delivery to their facility under that contract. So it'll be interesting how this gets worked out. Usually things that go to mediation and things like that take some time to get resolved. So I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't resolved for a couple months. Hope it gets done faster, but if that's what it takes, it's going to be a big drop in their revenue. But we'll look at the numbers here in a minute. So as previously announced, the company is exploring alternatives to mitigate the impact of this dispute, including through organic and inorganic growth opportunities. So that's great. They should have been doing this all along, I think. I've been saying this for a while now, that during this bear market they're in, companies should be growing as best as they can. Things are so inexpensive right now when it comes to miners, infrastructure, everything else, that it's a great time to pick up distressed equipment, other companies possibly as well. They are sitting on a bunch of cash as well. They have a huge hodl position that they could be tapping into right now. Possibly not the best time to do it, Bitcoin being down where it's at. But you do have that opportunity to possibly get that done, and without a lot of shareholder dilution if you wanted to do it. That way you get prepared for the next bull run, and you're in a better shape that way. At least that's my thought process. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers here that we have for them in November. This is their spreadsheet right there. Hut 8, here's what we're looking at. So in October, or actually November, here we go. I marked down these miners here to only mining 9 days. This equates to approximately, what is that, 850 petahashes. They said 840, so we're close enough to that. It's going to be off by $10,000, $20,000 in revenue, possibly somewhere around there. So it's not a big difference in it. But it does equate to approximately them generating about 1.45, almost 1.5 million less. So originally they were going to be about 7.75 million total revenue. Now they came in at roughly where did I do that? 6.3. It's actually coming up. Oh, Canadian dollar, 6.3 roughly, 6.24. So let's change that to 6.24 million. That is a 20% decrease in the revenue for November alone. Now, when we look into December, if they also mine or aren't mining in December at that facility, so we'll take those miners out here in a minute and show you what that difference is on it. So looking at it here, they are right now, if they go back online by the end of November and mine for the full month of December, we're looking at 31 days of mining. They're looking to make about 8 million in Canadian dollars. Now, if we take those miners and just mark them at 0 here for that time frame. So what were we, 8 million roughly? Take that down to 0. Now they are at 5.78 million. So you're down approximately 2.2 million less in revenue for that month. So a big drop on it. So that's more of like 35% down from where they should be. So that is a big drop for them, unfortunately. But yeah, it's not good. The good thing is they do have a lot of cash still on their balance sheet. If you look at their balance sheet really quick as well, over here, we can see that in Q3, they had total current assets of approximately 265 million. Cash, they had 33 million in cash, which they have been burning through it quite fast here in the last couple of quarters. But their liabilities are pretty low as well. Current liabilities of only 27 million. So they do have enough in current cash and cash equivalents to cover the payments that they need to do. Plus, they have a lot of digital assets of 223 million at the end of Q3. It's going to be a little bit less now with price coming down of Bitcoin, probably closer to around 200 million. But they still have all that available to them. So I'm not too fearful that they're going to go under or anything like that. I think they'll be fine. But they do need to seriously look at into growing more than they have been during this time frame. I've learned over the past 5 years that the best time to be buying is in the bear market, getting ready for the bull run and getting things installed when the bull run starts, so you can capitalize on the returns on revenue for your investment at that time. Okay, so that is it. Pretty quick video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We still have a bunch of miners that haven't reported their Q3 numbers for the end of September. We're still waiting on Argo, Bit Digital, CleanSpark, DMG, and Iris Energy to provide it, and we're still waiting on, believe it's just Soluna here that hasn't reported their October numbers yet, which we're 2 days away from having the end of the month here. If they don't provide monthly updates, I will have to drop them, unfortunately. So if you guys are investors in them, give them a shout out on Twitter or email them, call them up and say, hey, release those numbers. We want to see those monthly. But yeah, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow's going to be a better day for the miners, for Bitcoin, and the markets in general. But we'll see. We also have the fear of the railroad strike happening, possibly. That's going to put a damper on things as well. That may not be good. I don't know how it's going to affect the Bitcoin miners, but it may have some impact on it. I think the market itself is just going to go down, and people are going to be panicking because they're going to be selling everything, because everything's going to go up in price. Everything else is going to have to be moved by trucks. So that's going to increase prices and everything. So that wouldn't be good. Okay, spreadsheet available to my Patreon members as always. Thank you for everyone there for the continued support. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next one.